Have you ever watched a match of Smash 64 and thought, wait a minute, I don't remember Banjo being in this game? And then you think, oh, okay, you know what, maybe Banjo was in the game and I just never noticed. And then you go, I don't remember Lanky ever being in this game. Then you start seeing stages you've never seen before. People are wave dashing. There's items that look insane. There's game modes and settings only younger version of you could have dreamed of. So what is going on here? What is all this new stuff in Smash 64? Well, this is Smash Remix. Now, a couple of you already know about the new characters, but there's a lot about Smash Remix people don't know about. And we're gonna get right into it and show off a lot of amazing stuff about this mod that not many people know about. Alright, well let's get into it. Let's go! Smash Remix has an insane cast of characters, ranging from very popular to some characters who could use more spotlight in today's day.
Shake, shake.
Similar to how Sakurai did it in the original Smash 64, you had Pikachu, and then you had Ness. I didn't know who Ness was. Some characters are brand new to Smash, like Crash Bandicoot, Goemon, Conker. These characters never had a chance in other Smash games, and luckily they can have their home here in Smash 64. We also have other characters that are seen from other Smash games too, like Ganondorf, Sonic, Banjo-Kazooie, but they play differently here. Every character is designed to play as if they were in Smash 64, and of course they're designed with fun in mind and high amounts of quality. So when you go try these characters, like Sonic, every attack won't be a ball move, he'll actually use his legs, and it'll feel more unique to play Sonic here than any other Smash game. And thanks to Smash 64's engine with its hit stun and way of play, you can come up with any type of combo with any type of character. So you can really do some cool stuff with any character in this ROM hack. We even have boss characters to be selectable. Now, this is with purpose of just having fun with your friends. Maybe one person is a boss and the rest of the 3 friends are normal characters. But regardless, we have boss characters to choose from, and they even have their own movesets too, and little special quirks, so it's pretty cool. Also, fun fact, Jeff Manning returns as the announcer.
Multi-Man, 12-character battle, Dr. Mario.
All the new characters, all the new game modes, they are properly announced by the original actor himself, Jeff Manning, which is really crazy. That's mind-blowing. Remix actually adds a bunch of new modes you can play. A lot of people don't actually know this, they just go into versus mode and play the default mode. But we actually have a bunch of modes you can try, either in one player mode or in versus mode. We have Remix 1P. Now this is the one player mode, but with the remix characters involved. This mode actually gives you a unique experience every time you click it, because it'll give you randomized characters every time. This mode puts you against all the characters in Smash Remix, similar to other All-Star modes in other Smash games. We even have a cute little All-Stars area, and unique music for this rest area. If you haven't played All-Star before, you go through all the characters while keeping your percentage and your stock counts while trying to make it to the end. Multi-Man and Cruel Multi-Man. It's a gauntlet where you fight the Polygon team. Now, depending on which mode you select will determine how difficult the fighting Polygon team is. If you pick Multi-Man, they die pretty easily. You just coast through, try to rack up as many kills as you can. But if you play Cruel Multi-Man, they hit like a truck and they don't move. Home Run Contest makes a return, and of course it's a fan favorite with a lot of smashers. Just hit the bag as much as you can and knock it out the park. And lastly, for the 1P modes, we actually have a co-op mode. A lot of people don't know this, but if you go into any of the one-player modes and press the Z button on any other controller, it'll put it into 2-player mode. So player 2 are now your enemies, and you get to fight alongside a gauntlet of story mode, but against a real player. This is the method you would use to play against Master Hand without crashing. This is a tradition that Smash 64 players do, where they take their 12 characters and verse them against someone else's 12 characters. When your character is out of lives, they are no longer to be played, and you go down until there is one winner. Tag team plays like a traditional tag fighter. You pick your roster of characters, and when they go down, it swaps to the next character. You can get really creative with how your team structure is, and it's pretty fun.
King of the Hill!
King of the Hill plays like traditional shooting games like Halo, Call of Duty, Overwatch, where you have to hold down the point and keep it away from your enemies. The point will constantly be shifting around, and to win you have to fill your bar up to the max. This one is especially fun because it allows you to try different unique stages and wacky different platform layouts. I highly recommend playing this one with friends and doing team battle. Smashball is a mode where you have to get the ball into the net. It's basketball and Smash. The more you hit the ball, or the more you dribble the ball, the faster the ball will start moving. There's little barrels on the top right and left of the screen that'll help you slam dunk the ball in. There's even a soccer mode. If you go into the Smashball area and you click the top left to switch it from Smashball 1 to 2, it'll play the soccer version. And lastly, we have Stamina Battle. You just have to go to the rule set and change it from stock to stamina. In this mode, instead of your percentage going up, it'll go down like traditional fighting games. And once it reaches 0, you are out of the game. I think it's funny that if you get knocked out, your body still lays there limped and out cold. Stages are very important in the Super Smash Bros. Game. In Smash 64, we don't have many stages, but Smash Remix adds a bunch of nice stages to play around with. Stages help keep the game feel fresh, and it helps represent some series that couldn't be entered as characters, but they can be shown off with their home world and their stage. A lot of these stages had to have development magic, where there's stage transitions, or crazy obstacles happening in the stage that required a lot of coding. There's a grand mix of competitive stages and very fun stages, because we think that competitive is important, but we want to have fun with Smash Bros as well. So you can find a ton of wacky stages, a ton of crazy transitional stages, a ton of hazards trying to mess you up. So it's a good mix for everyone. In Smash 64, the only legal stage is Dreamland. But for the Dreamland enjoyers, we actually have Dreamland variants where you can still play the same stage, but with a completely different theme. That way you're not staring at the same Dreamland every time you play the game, but you can still get your competitive practice in the same game. There's a lot of stages to explore here, and I really implore you to go in there, try to find your favorite series, and see how that series was represented in this game. Smash Remix adds a bunch of new fun items to use. The Super Mushroom makes you bigger, harder to hit, but you hit harder. And the Poison Mushroom does the opposite. You're smaller and more fragile. The Blue Shell goes after the person in first place. Now, it's very risky because it'll also hit you, so you gotta watch out. The Lightning Bolt shrinks everyone on the map, or it could shrink you too. The Golden Gun is my favorite. It's a one-shot kill. The Deku Nut stuns opponents. The Franklin Badge reflects anything. The P-Wing gives you infinite jumps. The Pitfall can bury you or spike you to the ground. The Stopwatch. The Stopwatch can slow down your enemies to varying levels of slow. It can also slow down the entire game or speed up the entire game. It can even get them super slow, so you can spam attacks and they'll eat a bunch of damage. Smash Remix has a ton of settings you can mess around with. If you want to play with melee air dodging, you can. You want to play with ultimate air dodging, you can. You want to play where you don't have to Z cancel, kind of like ultimate? Sure, turn it on. You want special KO zoom? Go ahead. You want charge smashes? Do it. whatever you want, you can go ahead and enable here. If you are used to other Smash games, go into this menu and select the options you want, because 64 doesn't normally have these settings, but if you want to try out a different experience, you can go ahead and activate these settings to your liking. There's a lot of settings here, and I implore you guys to please go take a look for yourself and try to customize your game to how you like it. Smash Remix is a wonderful ROM hack, and I want as many people to enjoy it as possible. Keep in mind, all of this that you saw today can be played on original N64 hardware, but please watch this video on why you should not buy Smash Remix. It's a free project made by the people for the people. Smash Remix is a love letter to N64 fans and Smash Bros fans. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please consider subscribing so I can make more content. Anyways, guys, thank you so much and have a wonderful day.